Alrighty.
Okay, hello, Tom.
Hey, Gennady, how's your day going?
All right, good. So today we have a quick introduction and a quick overview what the Blogly is and a quick start.
Cool. That sounds good to me. We just show people how to create their first article, either from scratch or by importing something.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
Let me share my screen and we go right ahead.
Okay.
Okay. So what we are now, we are on the front page of Blogly. The page name is articles.
Right.
This page you can find here on the content. When you click on the content, here's articles, and you also can click on the logo, so you always end up on this page.
Okay.
Yeah, let's review now the first page. So this page where the content, I have already some existing content. I can see it in two ways. I can see it in this kind of card format where there's a lot more information. However, I prefer more my compact view. Okay.
Now, I use the card version myself, but that's just because a website I'm responsible for kind of looks like that. Makes me feel like I'm home.
All right. So what does it do here? I have a red button here, create new, and what we will do, we will create two ways the content. So one we will create brand new from scratch article and start populating and finishing up after with the publishing. And also we can, in the parallel, we will do we will import existing content. Doesn't matter where. We will pick up one of the sites. We'll bring the content, imagining that the content is mine. I'll bring it in. I'll make it, maybe making some enhancements, and we will publish the content. So the final goal is to publish the content, right?
Exactly. So write, add images, add links, publish.
Yeah, and enhance, add links, add images, optimize. You run the optimize process quickly. Like I said, mentioned before, we have a separate video for optimization. It takes about 5 minutes to optimize any content.
Cool. All right. Well, we're going to just hold it down to writing and publishing today, right?
Yes. Okay, let's get in. I'm creating the brand new content. So I'm click on the button new. I give a name, say my new article. And I do not have to select the folder or write the folder, but if I need to, I just simply write up the name, click enter, and a folder will be created.
Now, the advantage of creating a folder, even though you can do it later, is that you can filter by folder.
You can group,
pull it up, everything. So
yeah, you can group, you can filter later, you can assign folder to specific client that you might have, right?
Right. I do that.
All right, so basically you don't need to worry about the bottom, but just simply say this is the statuses, which is by default is open, and these are the content type, by default is the blog post. So click OK, and we go in the workspace of the article. So you're seeing blank workspace and only on the upper tab for the options, that for the tools in the article.
Okay.
Now, the primary message here right in front of your face, here it says the content of any article consists of multiple paragraphs. In Blogly we name them blocks. Click the new button new and create the first block. So let's do that.
Pretty straightforward. Nice thing about this is that it's automatically given the H2 heading. So when you publish it, it has, right there. You don't have to give it the H2 heading. Blogly does it for you. And that way, when you do publish it, it already will have the H2 headings that the search engines look for.
Yes, and as you can see, I'm creating the second block. I just left the first block empty, or I can actually create the third block directly from here just by simply typing the name of the block. Consider it like we creating the outline. Let's say we call them just a simply block 3 and just give a name. And now you could see now we switch to the next block. Every time in the Blogly when you work on the inside the editor on the block level, that's the deepest level that you could have. And anytime you need to go back up, that means you go back up one layer you get on the article level, and if you go back up one layer again, you back in the main article view. Make sense?
Yep. Yeah, it's very close to normal, navigation using Windows or Apple, whichever you prefer.
Yeah,
So,
now whether you are in the table view, this is more like a table list view, or you in the compa, or you are in the card view, the same entry, you just simply click on that and you go directly inside the article itself. As you can see, we created quickly 3 blocks. Table of content that shows up by default because the table of content is the block on its own, but it's not visible here. It just tells you that table of content is present and will be systematically generated.
excellent.
Now,
So,
let's
just type, right?
Yeah, now let's preview quickly the higher level of organization for the article. Since we created the blocks, but we do have a higher level organization, you can see that right here. This is the edit org icon. So when you click on org icon, this is the place where you can change the name of the article. Now, what else you can do? You can set your publishing date. You can assign or reassign the different folder. You can provide some tags. If you write the tag, once you click enter, the tag will be created. So you can create as many tags as you want. This is the place, a switch for generation of the table of content. If I turn it off for now, so it will be without the table of content. And if I want to preview of the thumbnail, if I turn it off, if I want to feature the image or thumbnail, then I can just simply click it here. So for now, I just leave it as a thumbnail.
Okay.
Now we're back on this article view, and again, every time you need to go back up, you go one step back up on you in the main view. You dive in into article level. You just click on article. You go inside, and now clicking on a block. This one is just a header for the block.
Right.
But when you click on the block itself, whether you click inside this workspace or you clicking on the block itself, you go inside the block, and this is the editor, main editor. It's a rich text editor that you can type, create your content by typing. You can use the full feature functionality of some highlighting text, you changing the headers, and you already mentioned about H2 headers, right?
Right.
So the block names are by default reserved for H2 headings. So anything you create inside the block will be H3 and below. That means the H3, H4, H5, H6. So of course you can use some other formatting. You can actually also embed iframe, and even you can paste the tables from here. So those are your writing space. Okay, so far as
good. So far so good. And you can change the name of the block here as well by just double clicking there, right? Oh,
yeah, you can just simply change the name of the block. You just type in it here. And again, you don't have to go back up, even though it's asking me to change whatever I make changes.
Right.
It's asking me, don't forget to save. If I click save, then I'll save the changes. You can see the changes are there when I get inside, and as soon as I start typing, you can see the button save showed up. So anything I do here, let's say if I take some of the content, say, just for the sake of having the content, right?
Sure.
So here's the content. Anytime I try to get out, it's just asking me to save because I forgot to save, right? But if I just simply close and if I click save, you can see the button becomes not red. That means it's already saved, okay? Now if I go back, now you could see this block of content has a little bit of content. Now you can actually type the content here from the top of your head, but sometimes it's not easy. So this is where the assets comes in. So this is a major difference of any writing app, because this one appears like as a writing app, but it's a lot more than that. If you click on the assets, now you can open in a split screen, and you have your article, which is your final copy is right here, but your supplemental tools are on the left side. Is it so far is it a pace okay, Tom?
Yeah, this is great. I'm keeping up good. I'm taking notes.
Yeah, make sure when you open the assets, just pay attention. We do have multiple tabs, and also pay attention to the bottom. We have a filters built on the bottom. This is only the place where we can keep the filters on bottom, but so you can easily understand that if you use article related, that means any research that is article related to show up here, that means this particular article. But let's say if I want to see all the research that I have, I just simply select the all, and now it shows me that all the researches that I previously done, doesn't matter what article they are related to. I can find the research that I want and just simply click assign. Let's say if I want to assign that, if I open it, I can see the preview of this research. I can expand it if needed and use this research this way. So this research can contain tons of the information that you've done in order to cover the subject matter here.
Right. Well, let's leave that for another topic, because the research is something that we can get into in more detail later. That's worthy of its own. Well, and we have one already. So
yeah, let's research. We have a separate discussion. We have the complete coverage of research. So now let's move on. So you understand that research there is to support you your content that you write. Right. Let's move on quickly to notes. Again, watch the filters on the bottom. We have a blog related, article related, and all. Let me click on all so you could see I pulled my previously saved notes. That was saved in multiple ways. I can create them directly from here just by simply clicking on the notes. I can also create them by using the extension that we have. And this is example of how it was done. This one particular note was done with extension. So basically when you're on a specific place, when you want to take the snippets of the content, you just highlight the text, you click OK, it will save you, and it just tag it to a specific article.
Yeah, it's great because I use that all the time. If I'm out cruising the web and find something that, oh, hey, I should save that instead of trying to bookmark it and leave it, remember it later, I create a note and paste it into Blogly, and then I can find it when I need it.
Yeah, but now remember that you don't need to paste. So basically, whatever you highlight there, you can save to specific note. You save to already link to specific article.
True, I used the wrong term. You just click it, highlight it, and save it, and then it pops in with everything, like you've got pictures, links.
Yeah, whatever pictures were there, if they're publicly available, then they will show up here as well. Now, if you want to use some of the information from here, you can use it for the reference. We're not supporting the plagiarism, right?
No.
So we totally against the plagiarism. Creating the notes and copying someone else's content in research document notes, it does not mean you can use them straight into your content. You have to come up with your own content. It just simply helps you to design your structure, design your style, your words. So basically that will help you to drive your article and make article better.
Absolutely. And it's also a good place to build your bibliography. So if you do want to provide attribution later, you can go back and say, oh, where did I get that quote? Oh, well, it's in my notes.
Yeah, in your notes, we also save the links where you took them from. Let's say the article the snippets, what you're looking for, you can see the link is right here. By clicking on that, you drop on exactly the place where this content came from. So, but that enough probably for the notes. So let's move on to the next, the libraries. This is
let's add a picture to this article.
Yeah, let's add some pictures. So let's add pictures directly from here. So I can use this pop-up because I can actually do the multiple things here. First of all, I can upload as my own individual files here from my local drive. I can use the URL if my file resides in my own some publicly shared storage location like Amazon S3. I can use the Giphy. We have a Giphy integration, and just selecting the nice GIFs, you can just simply type the search for the specific GIFs, and you adding them here. You can always populate and add them, spice up your content bring them in here, and you can see with 2 clicks I just added the GIF. If I want to just make it bigger, so all I need to do just expand it. Say if I want to have by 300 by 300, and that will do it. So now this is there. Now we just added.
Well, that was easy.
We just added the nice enhancement for the article, right?
How can I get you to stake money?
Yeah. Now, of course, you can also use the Pixabay videos, Pixabay images, so they are free. And every time, let's say, if I want to take this picture, all I need to do just simply click here and just whatever I want to paste this. Let's say if I want to paste this image, I just simply can do it here, copy to craft, and now this image is there. We of course can bring the references, which is a proper thing to do. Say giving a credit to the person who designed it.
And that's really beneficial for them as well, because then they can, maybe get some additional work because people see what they've done and like it. So cool.
Yeah. Now, as you can see again, I'm using the bottom filters here. Was the article related? Anytime I just remember what was on my articles, they are stored here. But I can always reference and see what was saved before in the past. And as you can see, I've got 52 pages of different images, documents. It doesn't have to be even images. I mean, we have pretty much everything. You can load video, PDFs. You can do the Excel files and the Word files, but they are saved, linked to your articles. Now,
that's great.
Can you embed them? Embedding is different. So embedding, just use this. We have actually the whole article about embeds. You can actually embed all kinds of things. PDF, the Excel if needed. We can embed the sheets from the Google Sheets. So the embedding is quite powerful. Now let's move on to versions. So versions is, as you can see, by default, we constantly running one version 30 seconds behind. So anytime I made the changes 30 seconds later, that will be updated continuously. So if you, God forbid, you need, if we just added this function, you can just simply lost some kind of, you forgot to click button save, or maybe your token runs out. So what happens is sometimes people just write the content, they forget to save, and they're 12 hours later, the tokens runs out. Following day, they just get up and see, oh, now they need to refresh because they need to re-log in. Once they re-log in, they lost the content. So we come up with really cool solution. We basically save for you the complete content here automatically. So it's there for you. If you, God forbid, you lost your token, you just simply just click on refresh, and you can see now I just clicked on refresh, and now you can see my content is gone. But as you can see now, the button here showed up.
Ah, cool.
Restore. Because we remember that we compare your current version, what you have, because it tells me right here what the date was saved, and also the version where we saved automatically. If we see the discrepancy, you can just simply click restore. You can see now it restored it automatically. So even if you lost,
nice.
crash the computer, we will remember that.
Hopefully you won't do that.
Yeah, hopefully not. But
yeah.
So now this one is, let me just simply, just a couple words about Paraphraser. So Paraphraser, it's AI functionality. You do not have to use it. It just makes your word maybe better. If you're using it here, you can just click run. If we measure how many credits needed, and it's based on the credits, okay, somebody who doesn't have a credits would need to purchase credits in order to run that. But when they run, they get the different sentences, 5 different combinations of each sentence. But again, it doesn't have to be used. Don't like it, don't use it. We have plenty of other functionality to be proud of.
Absolutely. I mean, this is definitely, well, one of the graphics you came up with I really like was the Swiss Army knife. So that was great. I
yeah, that was great. That was great. So yeah, we do have lots of tools, and we will explain more about that. But let's work now. Let's assume now I'm building an account. So why the Blogly is for is to build a good content, good original, great quality content. This is what it's for. So in order for anyone to build the content, you have to have some research. You have to have saved some snippets somewhere. You have to have you should be saving some images, some references, some links. some supplemental information. You also have a backups. So it's all have to be sitting conveniently in one place. And also, you would need to have a good SEO optimization tool. And we do have that as well. But before we go on with the other tools, what I will do now, I will show you the different way of bringing the content.
Okay. So, are you going to publish this little guy, or are you going to publish the one
that
let's
publish another one, because there is not much content there. So let's do this. What I'm gonna show you now, instead of building the content, let me now assume that I already have some blogs that I want to bring in, improve it, enhance it, and republish it back again. So let's do this. I've done here the search, say content marketing, right? So when I did the content marketing, say we pick up one of the articles. Let's pick up, say here's a Neil Patel. Yeah, it's a great, he writes really deep content. But let me show now some small, here's a blog HubSpot. So when I open it, right, it shows up their blog. So this is a content that was written on the HubSpot.
Okay.
So you could see this here, right? So let's assume this is our content. And we take this URL and we bring it into our Blogly. So now let me do the import. Now look at the upper bar right here. Of course, there is a search here, there is a sort, there is a filter, but this is the changing the view of the articles. But this one is the import. So we can import in 3 different ways. One of them, most likely many people have a Google Doc. So just simply click here, select, find your Google Doc, and just select the Google Doc and click OK, we'll import it. Now, how about blog URL? This is the place where I could say, okay, now I can paste in this HubSpot article that we found, and I could say, okay, assuming this is my article, now I want to bring it in and manage it, enhance it, improve it, and publish it, republish it again.
Right.
Let's do this. I'm just gonna click OK, and let's see how long it takes. Now, okay, here's no more than what, 2-3 seconds. We brought the content. So here's the article.
3.4 seconds, yeah, 3.4.
So here's the content. Let's review what we brought in. So when you click here, now let's see. Now the first one is a preamble, because it has the information, whatever was the very first block without the header. We just automatically give the preamble. After that, we will have the other blocks. Whatever was header 2, that creates the block. You can see it. Here's the content marketing. When I click here, I can maybe slightly fix it here and leave it like this. Click save and just go and just check whether here's another block, right? So it's taken from there, and there's another block. Let me save that here. This is another block, but let me show you now how that in general, how this block look like. And let me just get rid of this this block.
The preamble?
Let me get rid of this preamble just to make it easy. So just for easy understanding. So can I edit, delete some blocks? Yes, we can. So now let me correct. I'm gonna remove some of the empty spots. Click save, and let me go back now and see how the article look like. So now
that's beginning to shape up, isn't it?
Yeah, here's the article that we just imported, like seconds ago, right? 30 seconds ago. We imported this article. It took all the formatting, it brought even the images. Images was available because they were just available publicly. So we brought it in with all the links, external linking. So with all exactly the way how it is there. And actually it does look pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Now let me now show this. If you click here on the preview, is right here is the button preview. So let's go on the preview and take a look how that will be published if we would go ahead and publish it. So you can see the table of content is here.
Or you can click in the table of contents and jump from one section to another.
Yeah.
Nice.
This is it. So now we are assuming this is my article. Now I'm going ahead and publish it, and after I just delete it. I don't want to have, this is not my content. This is just for the sake of showing and testing and showing as example how it's being done.
I've been using this functionality to import some posts that I have out on LinkedIn, and it works beautifully. same way.
Okay, so you use the here's return button icon. You just click here back. Now you in the article level. Again, remember, you got 3 levels. Level when you dive in inside. Here's inside, you inside the editor. Left side you see assets, that means you inside the editor. Let's open assets. And by the way, let's spike up a little bit of this content. Let's add some images from library. Let's add some GIFs. Say it's related to content. Let's say we're just gonna search the content, see, okay, I love this one. How about this? Spectacular content. I like that. So let's add this one here, and we will just incorporate this on the right side. Let's make it slightly bigger. So we're gonna have it here as a 400 by say 300. Let's see if it's gonna show up. Yeah. So this one is the GIF is here. Let's save it so we don't forget to save. And let's move on here on the next block. So I'm clicking here, and I'm going and let me add some of the Pixabay images and say marketing. So I'm gonna search some for marketing. Let's see what. Oh, okay. This is a very first image just came up. It's pretty cool. But let me add this one. See, this one is a engine tool. Let me just add it. Let's put it right here, and let's add it to the right side. And here we are. Now let's save it. Let's move on. Now let me add some. There's a bunch of external links, right?
Right.
But let me add now to my link to Blogly. Let's say here I'm say share content, and this content I just want to have the Blogly link built in. So target link will be https blogly.com, right? And now I can just add it. You can see now we added the link right here. So this link will be considered as internal link. And by the way, also what you can do, you can see right here is a little red shows up. That's the Grammarly integration. So let's check now with Grammarly. So maybe I made there are some mistakes or some things that could be corrected. And here you go. The Grammarly picks up immediately. Here's must be a comma. Let's fix that.
Right.
This one is another comma, must be there. Say begun must be, his began must be begun. Let's change that.
I think that's a Cole Porter song.
This is a
no,
comma
that's
before.
McGuine. I'm sorry.
Huh?
Oh, I said began.
Yeah. This one is a co-marketers. Okay, should be with a dash right here. As I say here. Now it tells me a number of. It tells me suggesting several, some, or many. Okay, there are. Okay, let's use many. Here's in terms of. It's asking me to remove that, and I agree with that. Doesn't sound good. This one, you can do things like can go away. Now this one on. Let's remove one. Well, I pretty much agree with 99% what it's suggesting. So here's a that are should be removed. Here's you can. It says instead of you can. There are several ways you can create. It says two is better. Yeah, agree. Now you can see we done the job very quickly. 100% is completed. Now we can move forward. It's pretty good. So now you could see I saved this. I move on. So I kind of improving the article as I go. So now you can see the second block. If I want to run another test, no problem. I can actually click right here, and also asking me here to make some changes. Let me do it quickly right now.
Now, are you logged in? This is your paid Grammarly, right?
Yeah, it's my paid, because now paid is all offers even rephrasing. See right here, and actually I kind of agree. This makes more sense. Let me rephrase this. This one, so you can, asking me to change to two. This one, KPI results should be a space in between, right? It does make sense. Now we're done. So you see how quickly we even using the Grammarly now to fix the errors and fix the problems. You click save, and now it's one left. Let's see in one left. What is that? It says KPI. It must be capitals, right?
Yep.
It's abbreviation. So it's done. Now we completed the fixing. So let's move on. I click save. Now let me take a look now on the higher level. Oh, by the way, I forgot. Let me add some videos so you could see how about videos. Let's add some videos. Let's say even I'm gonna insert it here. I open my assets. Let's say I'm going to the library. And now I can add my own video here, and I have a full control of all different ones. But let me just pick up the Pixabay video. Some of the video related to say marketing. Let's see what do they have. All right, let's do this one. You take this one here, nice, and we put it here. Click here, says copy to craft. You say, okay, here's the place where I told you that's the video as always comes up with control. And the most important is this: autoplay, loop, no controls, and muted. So you decide. I'm gonna set everything off. So it's gonna be just simple, just like a GIF, but has a lot more bigger advantages than GIF. So,
Right.
and let me set the limit. So I mean the width. So the width will be 600 pixel, and I click OK. Now, as you can see, now this is the video which is playing right inside of this, and what we just spent just a few minutes. I probably explain even taking more time to explain it, right?
Than to actually do it, yeah.
Than actually
Cool.
do it. So here it is. We made some, we inserted some stuff, we updated it. It's looking good, right?
Yeah, it is. So now you get to punch it up into.
Yeah, now let's go by step. So here are the S's that we used. There was research. We haven't even used, but imagine that you would use research. Then you would use research. In our case right now, we just simply use some of the library. We didn't do even backups. Let me say now I want to have a backup of everything, so that by clicking on a backup, it creates me the backup. I can restore it in exact shape as it was before. Now the next step here, let's move on to SEO. Now if I need to optimize this article, all I need to do now just follow the steps. There are 3 tabs here, and we have a separate video about how this is being done. I think I've got like 5 to 6 minutes I have recording. I'm optimizing any article. It takes me about 5 minutes to optimize any article. Very simply, you just set up your SEO, meta description. You select the site where you will be publishing. Let's say I'm going to publish on Blogly. So I'm one here, I put the slug, I add the featured image here. Let me add it right now, by the way. So let me just
let's
select.
not get too carried away here.
Yeah. But let me select now the featured image. So I will have the, let's say this one, this is research doc. And I will be saving the featured image here, so we'll be ready. And what I need to do now, I'm going into the focus keyword, and I need to add the focus keyword. Let me just show example here. If I do this, let's say if I select the content and click OK. So that basically the system goes and finds everywhere. Just give you the preview, but the best part would be here. This one takes you about the split second. Run all the 12 steps here. You can actually get the higher score you get, the better it is. And like I said, it takes about 5 minutes to get it done. So now I'm back in the article view. Let's say I optimize it. I spent a few minutes on optimizing. Let me make sure the featured image is there. Yes, it's there. So I just added this featured image. I can just add alternative text here. So what's the next would be? The collaboration is reserved for team. So we're not in the team management right now. So let's move to the next. The plagiarism, if I need to run, let's say if I got this content from someone who wrote for me, then it's great that I better use the plagiarism scanner. So in this case, all I need to do just say scan and click on the button. It just calculates how many credits. I can scan it quickly. It gives me result in about probably no more than 1 minute. I will have the PDF result from the copy leaks. It calculates how many credits required, and all I need to do is just click OK, and it will bring it in here to the left side. Now, if I go back now and now go to the next summary, if I need now to calculate summary, let me do it now example while we're here, right? So let's move on here. Now I'm gonna do the summary for the whole article. Let's see what that true AI will generate for us as a summary.
Now this is really cool. I've been using this kind of like the beta, the meta description. A little bit long, but
So we've got it. So take a look now. This is the summary we generated actually by true AI. Now you can actually go and edit it if needed. Let's say if you wanna make spaces here. Let's try now this. This is the the summary that created by artificial intelligence.
Nice.
That's not me. So it's picked up, and actually it reads correct. I mean, look at this. Look at this. It's pretty good writing, right?
Yeah, very cool.
And again, the summary is not meant to be for spinning. Again, we are totally against the spinning. What it's actually doing is actually summarizing the article instead of you. It just gives the abbreviated sentences, maybe slightly paraphrased from your content, but it gives the summary of your content. You can use it as a summary.
Think of it as an abstract.
Now, we pretty much done preparing article. So we've done it what in 20 something minutes, right?
Yep.
So we brought in the content, we enhanced it, we added the videos, we improved it, we put some external linking, we reviewed it with for plagiarism. We reviewed it for the grammar errors, and we fixed that quickly and rephrase it. Now time to publish it. Let's go ahead and publish, Tom, right?
Yep, let's get it out on the blog.
Okay, let's do the publishing. Let's go ahead now. I'm selecting the WordPress. Right now, we will have the integrations in the future for that. So let's move on. Here's already selected here, Blogly. I selected the Blogly as my site. And by the way, if you have a more limitations, if your limitations are expanded, you can connect as many as like up to 20 sites on a growth plan.
Okay.
So 20 sites could be your 20 clients. You can connect everyone and provide them a service of quick publishing. Now let's take a look. I'm giving a slug, so this is a testing article. So I just put here testing article, right? I'm gonna select the draft, say draft or publish. And here I'm gonna select what will be my category. This one dynamically picks up all the categories from the WordPress. So I'm just showing, okay, let it be blogging, and I set the publish date. Let it say today. Today is December 21st. Not much left for Christmas.
That's right. I hope you've been good, Gennady.
Yeah. I'm trying to. Okay, now there's one more button left, submit, right? So did it take long time? So the enter in here, this is just the details that I enter here. And then I move on to the next, and now I'm ready to publish. If I want to add social sharing, but for now let's leave the social sharing on. And now if I want to add more internal linking, I can just say related blog post, and I select from other blog posts there. But for now, just turn it off. Let me just show how long it takes. Are you ready?
I'm ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, we started. Okay.
That's a pretty extensive article too. It's got videos and GIFs and lots of links and stuff. So
done. So now it's published. So you can see the message showed up, successful. And by the way, on the left side, what you see here, this is my connected to Telegram bot is working. So I have my Telegram bot is there, and it actually picks up. I have actually pretty neat setup. So now let's take a look how that was published. Okay. Now take a look at this. This is the image we used, and this is the name, the ultimate guide to content marketing. All right, let's take a look what's inside. Okay. Now here's the featured image. It is a plugin, right? We connected the plugin category. Let's take a look. Oh, how about that? You see that?
That is great. I mean,
now how about this? This is the one we also connect in Pixabay. By the way, I should have done alignment. Maybe move it to the middle. Now take a look at this one.
The video.
This is the video, right?
Yep.
And as you notice, this is a video that we set up. You can see there are no controls. We set it muted, so it just simply rotates, right?
Right. Very nice. It looks great. Now, where did the summary go? Did
I didn't add the summary. So let's do the additional summary.
Okay, yeah, because let's add the summary, and then you can show how easy it is to
how easy to update. Okay, that's actually a good real example. So let's go back now and say, okay, we forgot the summary. Let's go back to summary. Now I have this, so let me just copy this one, and I'm just gonna create new blog, and I may name it say, how would you want to call it? Maybe not the summary, but how would you want to say it?
Overview.
Overview. Okay, that's good. Overview. Let's say overview. Now we are here. Let's paste it. Now let's save it. Right? Also, I could add some other stuff here, like we have iframes, we have some short codes. You can add the short codes to make it really good looking. Now let's go now back and say, okay, I want to move this overview right on the top, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we set it right on top. Oh, another thing is, let's also turn on the table of content, because table of content was not there. And
right.
Also let's turn on this table of content after overview. So it will stay after overview. First will be overview, then table of content, then content marketing, and so on. Okay, now we've done it. Let's go on again and publish it. And now I just simply republish it and go, see, this one has already been published. I don't need it. It knows. It gives me the date and tells me when and what. Now all I need to do is just simply submit. And now let's review that.
Now let's scroll down and look at the social sharing buttons too.
Yeah, we're done. So yeah, let's take a look now. Let's go back in a different browser. So let's refresh this. And let's move to the top. Let's take a look. This is the overview we just did.
Yep.
This is a table of content that we just added. And everything else, right?
Nice.
Let's move all the way to the bottom, Look at this. And actually, this is the actual video, right?
Right.
No, actually, this was a example. No, this is example. So
oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Now watch this. Oh,
this is long.
The table is even here. Take a look. Okay, now we got to the bottom portion. You remember that social sharing?
Right.
Yeah, that here's a follow and like us, right? So you can anybody can click in here and share on social media, right?
That is cool. Well, you know, that's it. That's easy peasy.
Is that how you call it?
I think that's an English, a UK expression. Easy peasy.
we have other stuff like calendar, right? You can see this was published today. See, I cannot change when it's published. I cannot move it around. So I know that it keeps the exact date of publishing. But the one that are not published yet, I can move them anywhere I want and do the unpublished one. I can see here, this one was yellow ones are published. And I can also say, okay, I want to move this one, idea for me. Maybe I can move it on a Christmas day. How about that?
Well, yeah, that's for Santa, right? Idea for me.
Yeah.
The following.
Okay, so basically they get the concept, right? So
right.
This is what you do with Blogly. This is the content we just created. We optimized it, we improved it, we enhanced it with the images, we managed it easy, and now I can even reuse the stuff that I uploaded. I can actually hide some, let's say I want to hide for now overview. So if I click here and let me republish it again, so you can see the benefits of this. So the benefits of publishing. Many people ask why. I mean, what's the special about publishing? Here's what's special. I don't even need to go in the WordPress to do some fixes, updates, changes, improvements. All I need to do just simply do it here, and you can see right here we already republished it again. Let me now open it again, the same article here. Hold on. When I refresh it, let's take a look. So this article will show up with exact changes and updates. It does not create new article. It updates the existing one in the same post ID. You can see right here, we hit the summary, right? It started instantly, immediately on the content marketing. So let me put it back. Let's say I made some changes now. I'm gonna uncover this eye, right? And now let's republish it again. Go here, here.
And it's important for people to know that once, you know, there are a limit on the number of individual articles you can publish, but there's not a limit on the number of times you can republish.
Yeah, exactly. So you can republish as many times you want, but just the publishing itself per month is limited to according to your plan.
Yep.
And you can see right here is I keep in the track was say published 5 out of 50.
Oh, that's new. I
for the given month.
I just haven't noticed.
Yeah, this is how many research docs I have. My limit is in red, and how many I already used up for this given month. And this is my credits. So the credits help me to get the plagiarism, to get the summary. So I need the credits.
All right. Well, you know what? We ought to call a halt here. And I think I hear Mickey singing in the background.
Yeah. So he's telling us that's enough. That's enough.
All right. Well, I think that's great. Thank you, as always, for a great overview and a great product.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, and this is no blogs were harmed in the making of this video.
No.
No blogs were plagiarized in the making of this video.
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much, Tom.
Thanks, Gennady. I think we'll probably talk beforehand, but in case we don't, Merry Christmas.
Oh yeah, Merry Christmas to you too.
If we meet beforehand, I'll see if I can get a Santa hat. You know, you got to be in the spirit.
Right. Yeah, sounds good.
Got the beard working.
I should get the Santa hat too.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Thanks, Gennady.